Hello, everyone. This is the Metaphysical MGTOW Griffin Red. And the name of this video will be called The Pro-Black is a Domestic Terrorist. First things first, I want to give a shout out to GW3X, Tito, Mad Bus Driver, the Bryant Watkins channel, G Dizzle. That dude is more pro-black than anybody I know, and I'll explain to you later. And the Passport Bros, SYSBM, and the Red Pillars, and everything like that. All right. Over the years of seeing the antics, the childish antics, rather, of pro-blacks, I just came to the conclusion that these dudes are just nothing more than domestic terrorists. And I'm going to explain to you why in this video. For one, they go out, and I noticed that they go out and harass and bully other black people. I mean, think about it. When you see these pro-blacks, the ones, especially the ones that be standing on the street corners, talking about down with Whitey and, calling black people sellout, and because they don't follow their so-called ideology or whatever, or they quick to call call other black people coons and stuff like that who don't agree with them, or, it may be just a regular black person who decides that he wants to, pursue his own happiness, because there is no one size fit all for so-called black people. We all have different desires. We all have different needs. So what makes one black man happy is not going to make the next black man happy. And see, these pro-black monkeys seem to have an issue acknowledging that. I think they know it, they just don't want to acknowledge it, because see, a lot of them are just in denial. And another thing I want to speak with you on is that they want you to believe that there's this omnipotent white boogie monster out to get you everywhere you turn. And I kind of saw this being played in a lot of these 90s movies or whatever, or just in general. It goes like this. Well, you'll have a successful black man, he worked hard and got his college degree and everything, and got him a good job. He's making money, he's providing and everything for, he may have a family or whatever. And for somehow reason, you had this dusty ass nigga with a kufi and a dashiki on that both was made in China, come up to him and tell him some shit like, "Oh, my brother, you're working on that white plantation for that white man, when you need to come over here and be down here with your people, and you forgetting your Africanness, and you running away from your Africanism, and you need to be over here with us, and you need to get off that so-called white plantation and come down here and be miserable with us, and we gonna sing the white man keeping me down blues, and I'm gonna provide you with the music about my banjo and my harmonica, and you can sing the white man keep me down while I play my banjo, and Nuck over there, he'll play the harmonica. That's what you're supposed to be doing, my brother." Hotel. Which is a lot of bullshit. So it's almost like they and then they I noticed that a lot of them, when you listen to their hangouts and everything, they talk about the white man this, the white man that. They literally make it seem like they want you to believe that you are just this weak individual who can't do anything. But then on the other hand, you have these niggas, having all these lectures about how great Africa was, how we built the pyramids, and we brought science and all this stuff to the to the world and everything like that. We these superhuman people with magical melanin or whatever. But then on the other hand, the white man got his foot on my neck. I can't do nothing because the white man keeping me down. You know, it's okay. Either you're Superman with melanin, with super melanin, or you a punk ass bitch who can't do nothing because the so-called white man is keeping you down. Which is it? I wonder what it is. We know what it is. And if you've been on my channel long enough, you already know what it is too. And I noticed that they tend to lionize white people more than anybody else. They always talk about, well, you know, we don't have our own this, we don't have our own that. There's whites that don't have their own stuff. And as General Tito said, hey, you know what? They talk about these white universities and everything. They're not owned by white people. Those are owned by the federal government in the state that they're in. And they're paid for by your taxes, your tax dollars. That's who owns them. You know, and they act like, you know, black people don't own businesses and stuff like that. Yes, we do. You got black CEOs that's in charge of major corporations. But see, they don't talk about that, or they ignore stuff like that. You have black people that are in prominent areas, more so than whites. Just like you got, you know, whites that are on the fucking poverty line. You know, everything is about white. You know, everything is white with them. You know, I noticed that they just, in one sense, they're saying, well, you know, the whites got this and the whites got that, and you know, we don't have anything, or you know, we ain't got no infrastructure or anything like that. I mean, what are you niggas doing? Are you getting some federal government grants to open up some trade schools so these black men can learn to be electricians, you know, to be learn masonry and things like that to build your black nation? No. You fleecing your own people out of their money by charging them to go to these fucked up ass debates and these lectures about ancient shit, you know, shit that happened 2,000-3,000 years ago. What is happening now? That's what you need to be focusing on, you fucking pro-black monkeys. Then they justify black fuckery, and I'm gonna jump back on the lion-ass whites or whatever. I know it's a lot of these niggas, these pro-black niggas, they talk about, you know, they like to quote Marcus Garvey, and they don't know that Marcus Garvey was an apologist for the fucking Klan. This dude gave speeches at Klan rallies. Yeah, Mr. Marcus Garvey. And you don't find it strange that somebody would give a lecture around a organization that was known for hanging innocent black people, terrorizing them, but you gonna be right there with them and give a fucking lecture? And you're not gonna look at him with a side eye? Or they'll try to use Malcolm X's pre-Mecca speeches, but after he left Mecca or whatever, you know, he didn't see skin color. He saw, you know, whites, you know, Muslims that would be called white here in America, you know, were living and worshiping together. So him going to Mecca actually changed his perspective per se. And then they justify black fuckery. I mean, think about it. Like these little monkey niggas that went up there and tore up downtown Chicago and things of that nature. You know, or the rampant crime, you know, with the scraggle going around, you know, they killing people and everything like that. They don't talk about that, or they'll just say, well, they don't have no knowledge of self, and you know, that's why you need to buy my Hidden Colors DVD, or that's why you need to come to my lecture about the ancient peoples of Africa and all these kingdoms that we had and everything like that. You know, what the fuck is learning about some shit that happened, you know, several thousands of years ago? How is that going to help black people now? I mean, how many lectures on ancient Africa and, you know, talks about, you know, the amount of melanin that ancient Egyptians had, you know, are you going to have to do to realize you're not going to save these niggas? You're not going to fix this bullshit. You were born into it. So this shit was probably past gone and past the point of no return when your fucking ass was born. You not fixing these niggas. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. Any type of fuckery, they'll just blame it on slavery or systematic racism or no knowledge of self. Instead of just admitting, you know what, these motherfuckers is fucked up. We not gonna fix this. Save yourself, black man. Save yourself, black woman. If they were more honest or whatnot, then we would have a lot more respect for you pro-black monkeys. And then they attack anyone who does not agree with them. You know, if you have an issue where, you know, a lot of us have friends and, you know, close friends and even relatives who are of different races. Hell, a lot of it, we not pure black. A lot of us have white in us. Matter of fact, there is no pure race. The only pure race is them people over in the Sentinel Islands. And they don't even have fire. I found out. Them guys haven't even discovered fire. And I hear niggas talking about the racial purity and how we need to be like them people. Well, all primitive and shit? Are you serious? Come on now. And then they attack any black man with a quiet demeanor as soft and weak. Like, okay, I noticed this too. Like you'll have like the pro-black, he'll come over, you know, or the black man, he'll come and, you know, he'll have a suit on, tie, and, you know, glasses and everything like that. And then the pro-black will come in and he'll see him and think, well, how you doing, my brother? What you doing for the black cause? Or whatever. And the dude, you know, speaks articulate and everything. And then he'll start to belittle this black man, this upstanding black man, calling them punk, you know, weak, and, you know, apparently he's not being black enough. So apparently, you know, if you're not wearing no African bullshit ass clothing, you know, with a you know, angry look on your face, throwing your fist up 24/7, then you not being black. Or you know, if you not being oppressed, then you not black. You know, if you're not oppressed, you're not living a black experience. And what the fuck is up with this black experience again? Listen, black man, black woman, if you are living in America, or if you are living your life, no matter how prosperous it is, if you whatever, that's a black experience. Fuck these pro-blacks when they tell you, oh, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. Or don't let them niggas brainwash you and trick you into thinking that if you're not being downtrodden and, you know, beaten down, then you're not really black. Fuck these pro-blacks. And I noticed that most of them are fucking cowards. They want to attack the Pookies, drug dealers, and the Scraggles, and the single parent homes. The real people who are fucking up the black community. They won't go to the Pookie because they know Pookie will put a bullet in their ass. They won't go to the Scraggle and check her because that's how they fucking eat. That's their cash cow. They won't do the single parent homes because a lot of them are raised to be in single parent homes, and a lot of them are fucking simps. And they only want to monitor black men and where black men put their dick or whatever. I noticed that too. And they are secretly jealous of whites. They talking about all these things white people have or whatever, but they won't make no effort to try to get those things that white people have. And it's jealousy. They are secretly jealous of whites. And then you notice how they idolize Africa so much, but they won't go there. What's this nigga's name? Sarah Sutin said he talks about Egypt all the time and everything and how he's been over there and everything. Okay, if it's so great, then why don't you take your ass over there then and stay? Then they keep you in a state of fear from traveling. You know, if you a black man, you only allowed to go to places where they approve of, like Ghana or, you know, West Africa or some shit like that. You know, But they won't call out this, you know, this white dude who goes anywhere in the fucking world and gets to fuck anything he wants or whatever. They don't say nothing to him. Because they know that white man a bitch slap their ass. So they want to keep you in fear. You know, why you got to go to Europe? Why you got to do, you know, you don't need to go over there. Black man, black woman, you go wherever the fuck you want to. You are an earth citizen. And don't ever forget that. And then old fucking Umar Johnson gonna sit up there and say, well, no black man should marry interracially because you got all these women over in Africa and all these places in Africa. Shut the fuck up. You gerbil-faced walrus. You got multiple fucking kids by multiple baby mamas and you having issues with all of them. So you need to shut the fuck up. Fuck you and your bullshit and your ideologies. Motherfucker, build that goddamn school your black ass been talking about for over the last 10 fucking years. Until you do that, you need to shut the fuck up about where black men put their fucking dicks. And I mean that. And they are envious of passport bros, man. To an extent, it's almost like they're jealous of them. And that's what it is. It's envy and jealousy. This is why pro-blackism is so lucrative to poor people with self-esteem and with low self-esteem, is because they need something to make them feel good. Notice how most pro-blacks are broke. They're broke, ugly, and miserable. They got a shitty ass job they don't like or whatever, so they join this shit to make them feel good. That's why they're envious of passport bros, or they talk down on them because they can't do it. And that's what it's all about. But they won't talk about the tons of white men who go to Africa and fuck black women, get them pregnant, and leave them over there and have bastard kids. I'm telling you, this black-white race shit is political more than anything. So it's time that the upstanding black people, passport bros and everything, start standing up to these pro-black motherfuckers and treating them for what they are, domestic fucking terrorists. Or what about that punk ass nigga who went and harassed that black man while he had a white date or whatever? His girlfriend was white. They were sitting there eating lunch, and this nigga gonna come over and ask him, "Well, you couldn't find you a black woman? Why you with her?" Man, I will celebrate and cry tears of joy when the day comes when we are able to just knock the shit out of these motherfuckers right here. And start slapping the shit out of them, because you have no right to go up and fucking harass people who are just doing their job and going on with their fucking life. You have no right to interrogate them and question them about their choices like you the goddamn Spanish Inquisition. You have no right whatsoever. Fuck you, pro-blacks. This is the end of this video. Stay tuned.